Hey, everybody, it's Doug Green, and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. And we're back again with another insightful episode of Tech Talks with Bre Fernie. And today we have her sales engineer and partner, Russ Liptzin, with HPE Aruba Southern California. Thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
And Bre, it's nice to see your shining face again.
Hi, Doug. Hi, Russ. Great to be here again. Thanks for having us.
So, you know what? I'm all excited about this. I really don't know that much about Wi-Fi 6E. So I'm all ears. I want to hear what this is all about, what the buzz is all about.
Cool. Well, I'll start. I'd love to talk about wireless Wi-Fi 6E. So Russ and I have been actually reaching out to our customers and talking to them on a regular basis about this. And really how I like to explain it is Wi-Fi 6E is really an upgraded version of the Wi-Fi 6 standard. So it's like Wi-Fi 6 on steroids. So the E stands for extended, and it brings some exciting enhancements to the table, more channels, less interference. Wi-Fi 6E provides even more available channels for devices to use. With the addition of the 6 gigahertz frequency band, there's less interference from other devices, so you can say goodbye to buffering during your favorite shows, faster speeds. The 6 gigahertz band allows for internet speeds greater than 1 gigabit per second. So that's going to be lightning fast for you. So whether you're streaming 4K videos or gaming or working, Wi-Fi 6E has you covered. And of course, low latency. So lower latency means especially for your larger files or maybe video calls, Wi-Fi 6E is going to boost the latency of less than 1 millisecond, so no more frustrating delays.
So Russ, let's get into the technology of this. What are the technical details that everybody should be aware of?
Well, for starters, for the first time in a very long time, have such a large amount of extra channels have been added to the IEEE spec for Wi-Fi. Not since years ago when the DFS spectrum opened up for Wi-Fi has such a large amount of channels been added. This is now adding the 6 gigahertz spectrum. This is giving us Uni 5, Uni 6, Uni 7, and Uni 8 bands available. There's 59 new single channels that have been added at 20 megahertz wide. And even at 20 megahertz wide, with just a single channel being used, you're still going to get over half a gigabit over the air. This is like a game changer for high density deployments and minimizing co-channel interference. Having 59 new single channels is a pretty big deal. And if you bond the maximum amount of channels, which is 8 channels now can be bonded, you'll have 7 new bonded channels at 160 megahertz wide. We're now at a theoretical rate of about 5 gigabits per second over the air. And with these new generation access points, even the wired uplinks are faster to be able to handle all of this new extra bandwidth. They're dual multi-gig, and you can have 1 gig, 2.5 gig, 5 gig, much higher speed uplinks to be able to handle all of this new traffic. The one thing you do want to take note of, if you're deploying these, you want to have all new Wi-Fi 6E on an entire floor of a building. You don't want to mix these newer generation APs with the older access points. And I'm talking about like 802.11n, 802.11ac. They use the lower encryption standards, and they're not doing the enhanced encryption that these new Wi-Fi 6E spec allows. So you don't want to mix them. It can cause you roaming issues. You can have a 802.11ax coexisting with these newer generation access points. And 11ax is basically the 5 gig spectrum and the 2.4. And 6E, we now have the 6 gigahertz third radio now in the access point with the extra 59 channels. Again, you're eliminating co-channel interference by having so many more single channels available, and you can get really high speed that you didn't have before with these 8 bonded channels. What are people going to be doing with all this extra bandwidth? Let's talk medical imaging, high resolution medical images that you need to pull down for, say, the radiologist to look at. Let's talk about animation, like 8K animation that a lot of these studios are using now. You're going to be able to stream this very, very, very fluidly and be able to, put together your scenes and your different anime projects. Just large amounts of threaded servers that you need this type of bandwidth for. Really, the air is now the edge. It's more than ever before.
And with that in mind, the air is now the edge. What organizations should be looking at this?
There's various, colleges where there's a lot of colleges now doing like nursing classes where they're showing students how to view medical images. And there's graphic arts. There's,
hospitals, the medical industry, as Russ mentioned, reviewing patient medical scans, radiologists.
Even large online retailers, that are doing everything through the web interface where orders are coming in from everywhere all at once. That's where, if you're going wireless, this is where you want to be in this day and age.
So it's like
Wi-Fi 6E.
It's stronger. You get more devices. It's more robust. Sounds like it might even be more secure, faster.
Absolutely. And, for early adopters out there, more and more devices are coming out, the new 6 gigahertz radio cards, phones, laptops. There's even adapters you can buy. If you have an older laptop, you could still buy a 6 gigahertz plug-in adapter for that and get on board with this new available spectrum that's out there.
And, does this sort of also kind of, people are always wondering about how to invest going forward. No one likes to make an intermediate investment. Does this future-proof you?
It does. If you're going to buy new access points right now, you want to make them Wi-Fi 6E. Just like any of the new Aruba 600 series access points, that's what you want to be getting on. You don't want to buy, as they say, last year's model, right? Are they good? Yeah. Are they future-proofed? You want to be on Wi-Fi 6E. This allows you to be ready for anything the digital world is going to be coming up with and throwing at you. So
I agree with Russ. Investing in Wi-Fi 6E really does mean future-proofing your network. And as more devices adopt this standard, you're going to be ready for whatever the digital world throws at you. So anyone who's really looking for a top-notch Wi-Fi experience, like we mentioned, enterprises, campuses, commercial businesses, heck, even a coffee shop, everyone will benefit from faster speeds and reduced interference.
Well, everybody, I want to thank everyone for joining us on this edition of Tech Talks with Bre Fernie. I want to thank Russ for joining us today, and thank you for explaining to me Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 6E, and all the opportunities there. Bre, as ever, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Doug, and thanks, Russ, for joining me. Appreciate you.